Hey guys, Joey from Joey's Magic Tarot. This is a hard one for me to post. This is a hard one for me to even deal with right now. But in addition to doing tarot is something that popped into my life in the midst of my spiritual awakening. And it's a way to connect. And I really love tarot. It's a way to get spiritual guidance and all that. And, just getting, it's just a fun and clever way to get some spiritual guidance. And I love it. But in addition to that, guys, I feel a strong calling to talk about more than just tarot, to talk about the shadow work, to talk about my awakening, to talk about the dark nights of the soul, to talk about the growth, the pain, the trauma, the things I've learned. Because I think that there's people out there that will resonate with this stuff. And I think people need to hear from someone and to find community in that. And the topic I want to talk about today, which I can't believe I'm doing this, is disappointment and unresolved trauma. And I say trauma because it was traumatic, but not like you think, because trauma is overused these days, I think. But here's what happened. My business was taking off and going well, and then everything stopped. And I didn't get many people signing up for my magician circle, and people coming to my YouTube lives and subscribing and then unsubscribing the next day. I just feel defeated. I feel like nobody wants me, nobody cares what I have to say. I don't fit in, I don't look like the hot guy that people will follow just because I'm good looking. I'm a weirdo from New York, just all that stuff. And just wondering, universe, I've done all the work. I've done the manifestation, I've done the visualization, I've done the mindset work, I've done the whole be happy and positive and feel good for weeks on end, but nothing ever really comes through. It's like dribs and drabs, $10 here, $20 there, one reading here, people booking readings and then canceling, and then it's like, but I know I'm on the right track, and if I'm called to do this, what's going on? And a couple weeks ago, or at least a few days ago, Brian Scott posted a video about resentment. Brian Scott of Reality Revolutions, the podcast. He's my favorite spiritual teacher. He posted about resentment. And harboring resentment can block manifestation, can block the channel, can block the frequencies, because you're rehashing something over and over again and basically telling the universe, give me more and more of this disappointment. I didn't realize I was harboring it. I thought it was just something simple, like how I wanted to be an actor. And my family was just not in the place where my parents would ever or could ever take me to an audition or anything. Even though my dad worked in the city a lot. My father installed carpet and flooring. He worked for a union. Not a carpenter, but he installed carpet and flooring. And he worked in theaters and all kinds of theaters and buildings all over the city. Every time he saw a building in a movie, he'd point out that he worked in that building. One time he was working in one of the theaters when Nell Carter was playing, and he was in her dressing room doing her carpet. And looking back on that, I thought it was just that they didn't help me pursue the acting. And that's why I was resenting them, because I thought maybe if they would have put me in a dance class, maybe if they would have, put me in some kind of class or something, maybe I wouldn't have been such a shy kid. Maybe I wouldn't have been so damn shy. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten so fat. Maybe I would have come out as gay earlier. Maybe I would have had that experience of being a teenager that didn't hide his whole life. Most of my life, my stomach was in a knot. I was so afraid of being exposed as gay to my family. Not that they were homophobic or anything, but most of my time was in a knot, and that's hard. But here's the thing I realized after, last night, just having a really rough day. I didn't go on YouTube Live. I felt like giving up on everything. I had this, and I was sick of spiritual teachers. They couldn't go fuck themselves. I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear what any of you guys have to say. That was my attitude yesterday. And I would just sit and think, what is it? What's the difference between this person and me? Why do they... It looks like all of a sudden they just woke up and they're these thriving people with books published and 20,000 followers on YouTube, and they work for Hay House and they do all, and I think, what about me? Why am I left out? What is so wrong with me? Why does it seem like every dream that I've had comes to nothing? From wanting to be an actor as a kid, wanting to be missionaries as a teenager, to graduating from ministry school and not being placed in ministry, and that was another dream that was gone. I've just been floundering all these years, then pursuing screenwriting and making connections with real screenwriters, real professional TV writers that, after years of friendship, and even reading some of my work, not much of my work, but reading some of my work and telling me I'm talented, no one ever offered me help. I think, why am I so what is it about me that's so broken, that's so wrong? That people tell me I'm talented, but then no one will ever give me that leg up, give me that chance, give me that place, give me that opportunity. You know, you hear all these crazy stories. Like, I think Vicki Lawrence, when she was a teenager, she wrote that letter to Carol Burnett, and Carol Burnett showed up at her home. And then she was an actress on TV and had an amazing career, still does. And I think, God, universe, whoever's out there, why? If I get emotional, please bear with me. I'm a Scorpio. I'm okay crying. I know it makes people uncomfortable, but for me, it's a release. What is so wrong with Joey that no one takes him seriously? You could say this is a pity party, but I'm just being honest. These are my thoughts. I throw myself into this business and I get a little bit of encouragement, and I get some people joining me and helping me and this and that, but then when it comes to like actually helping me and supporting me by, you know, paying for a reading or something, it's like, it seems like people just want things for free and they just want to take from me. From the disappointment from the relationship, the one and only relationship I had where he shattered my heart. You know, disappointment with this business not taking off. Disappointment with getting, you know, 2 years in a row being asked to audition for the Christmas Cookie Challenge on Food Network because I had a little cookie business for a while, Cosentino's Cookies. Going through the whole audition and then just being told, they went in another direction. And the very next year, auditioning all over again, spending $300 on ingredients, baking up a storm, sending pictures of what I baked. And you know, that second time, that company, Sonic Dog is the name of the company, the casting company for Food Network. They never even rejected me that second time. That was in 2018. So every job I've had, I've always been overlooked and passed over. And I wonder, what is it about me? Why? Why do I give my heart and soul and I pour everything into these things and I give to people and I follow everything Abraham Hicks teaches? I'm happy, I feel good, I trust, I let go of the fear and the anxiety. If I think about my bank account, I see it with, you know, a lot of money in there. If I think about why clients aren't coming to me, I imagine clients coming to me. I spend hours in visualization, feeling good, having fun. I take care of my apartment, I take care of my cats, I try to do the responsible thing. I do everything I can to earn my place in this universe, to show God and the universe that I mean business. I'm not just asking for $1 million to be dumped on my doorstep, I'm asking for paying clients, but nothing seems to be working. And why? Why is nothing working? Why does it seem like that as much as I want to give to the world, that though there's some people that want to hear what I have to say and they do encourage me, it seems like I just seem to attract just nothing but disappointment. And I thought it was the resentment for the acting thing. And then last night, or this morning actually, in the midst of a bad headache and a really upset stomach and heartburn, I was listening to another spiritual teacher, Sarah Landon. I love Sarah Landon. She's got a really beautiful energy around her. And the video was from disappointment to something. I forgot the name of her video. She just posted it yesterday. And as she's talking, and she's like, there was a point in your life where you were really disappointed, where your innocence was taken. And I knew it instantly. And this is hard for me to say, guys, because I love my parents. But unfortunately, being the youngest of 6 brothers, when the addiction really started with my mom, I'm so scared to even say this because my cousins might see it, my nieces might see it, but they all know, it's a secret. It's the thing no one really talked about. My mom, this amazing woman, stronger than anything, my hero, my world. I'm the youngest. She was my everything. I instantly had that memory that I forgot about. We lived in a private house, a one-family house in Maspeth, Queens. The house I grew up in from 0 to 10. And then one day, I'm in the basement, which is where my brothers and I slept. There's a finished basement with 1 bedroom. And that basement also had the bathroom and the laundry room. I walk into the laundry room and there's my mommy. There's Gloria laying there on a pile of clothes on her back, passed out. Guys, I was 7. Next thing I know, she always had headaches. Next thing I know, she just stopped participating in the world. And the more her addiction, the stronger her addiction got to those prescription pills, the stronger my father's addiction to alcohol got. And the more they became codependent and he would cover for her. And then all of a sudden, as a kid, it became, how do we keep mommy happy? How do we keep mommy secret? How do we hide this from the family? It was all unspoken. And from that moment on, I hate to say it, as much as I love my parents, from that moment on until my mom finally got clean in 2008, there was nothing but disappointments in my life. They weren't there for my Bible school graduation. They never helped me pursue anything, really. Later in life, when my mom almost died in 2008 and God spared her, she got clean. And the last 5 or 6 years of her life, she was herself again, and we had that time restored. But in the midst of my pain last night, my frustration, thinking to the universe, I'm doing everything right. Why is nothing working for me? This disappointment hit me, this resentment hit me. I shouldn't have had to have been an adult. My brother Chris should not have been 13 going on 30. One day he was 13, the next day he was 30, taking care of all of us. Making sure John, who's only 14 months older than me, it's Chris, John, and me, and then our 3 older brothers are older than us. There's a gap between the 3 and the 3. Next thing you know, Chris became the one that had to parent everybody. Chris had to make sure John and I were fed. Chris had to make sure John and I were going to school. Chris had to make sure that things were okay. Chris had to do a lot. And then there's John, who's only 14 months older than me, and taking buses by himself to go to Little League. And this one day he hit a home run, and there was, like it said, there was nobody there for him. Not even my older brothers were there for him. And then there's me, this emotional empath, picking up on the emotions of the whole family, the anger, the frustration. Just so wishing that my mom was herself again. She hid from the world for decades. You know, Easter's, waking up to no eggs hidden. And I was a kid. I was just a kid. By 10 or 11, not getting Christmas gifts anymore. Again, I was a kid. So what do you do when you realize that there's so much disappointment and there's really just so much pain? What do you do with that? Because in the midst of the pain, guys, there's love. Because I love my mom, I do. I consider it an honor and a privilege that the last couple of minutes that she was on earth, it was me by her bedside loving her. And I wasn't even thinking about forgiving her. I was just loving her for being my mom. And the last face she saw on earth was me, was my face. So what do you do, guys? What do you do when you love them but you hate what happened? And I'll tell you what, though, forgiving them today and accepting and telling them once and for all, telling them, because all my life I never got to tell her this because I didn't want to hurt her. There's that connection that boys have with their moms. I didn't want to hurt her. Because in the midst of all of it, you know, this is a woman that was molested by an uncle as a kid. Her dad died when she was 11. She had to go to work and start coming home and giving my grandma her entire paycheck, which was what, $10 for the week. She got married young and she did the best she could. There were many, many other traumas that she endured after that. But I have to recognize the fact that this loss of innocence, that this loss of safety, that this fear, that this need to have to be in control, this need to have to make sure everyone's okay but me, I have to let go of it. I have to let go of it and have to tell her, even though she's dead and gone, my parents have passed away, they're dead and gone, both of them. I had to tell them, Ma, Dad, you really fucked up. But I forgive you. And even though I didn't get that from you, that encouragement in a lot of ways, that believing in me. You weren't the parents that were there. You weren't showing up at school events. You just weren't engaged. I don't know why or how, but this resentment is what's blocking me, and I need to let it go. I need to let it go. And this is actually the moon work. This is the shadow work that the tarot talks about. And the moon card keeps coming up, and possibly because I'm getting to the end of this year. My birthday is November 10th. I gotta let it go, guys. I gotta let this energy go. I have to forgive them, and I have to move on, and I have to say, I deserve these things. I deserve the life of my dreams. I deserve happiness. I deserve joy, peace. I deserve money. I deserve the ease of having a full bank account. I deserve a beautiful man coming into my life to sweep me off my feet. I deserve a thriving business. I deserve everything I've ever wanted. And with that, I forgive them. I forgive them. I truly, truly forgive them. But I had no idea that I was harboring this resentment. I had no idea that I was holding this in all these years. Afraid to hold my mom accountable. Afraid to hold my father accountable. He's a whole other story, though. That's where the fear comes from. That's why when things get good, I get worried, because if I don't feel like I earned it, I didn't earn my place, everything's gonna fall apart. And they started falling apart. As soon as things got good and easy, it started falling apart. But I think that this coming up now is because my life is about to up-level. With the help of my parents from the other dimensions, my life is about to up-level. I'm about to go to a whole new level in life. Because I'm facing these things that I've never faced before. But guys, as much as I love my mom, and I'm afraid of my cousins and family seeing this video, although good news is family never watches your stuff, so don't worry about that. Family never supports you with this kind of stuff anyway. If you're someone that has been where I am, with your parents, with your family, if you've never felt that safety, if you lost that safety net as a child, if you're afraid to believe in yourself because no one else believed in you growing up, because no one had your back in that way, come to my lives, come to my shows, come hang out with me. I'm here for you. I want to build that community. I want to let this stuff go so that I can receive all of the blessings that the universe has for me. I want to receive more and more and more. And so, yeah, I'm letting this disappointment go. I'm letting it go. I don't know if this message will resonate with anybody. I'm not sure why I'm posting this video. But I want to start talking from the heart more about these things. These life lessons, the shadow work, the nitty-gritty of mindset work. How I can be in this cocoon with no one around me. Just me and the cats. And me dealing with angels and guides and my parents on the other side. How can they heal me? How can I heal them? How can we together free my soul to live the life of my dreams? You know? Even asking my parents, listen, I know I couldn't come out when you guys were alive, but on the other side, bring in that soulmate for me. Bring in that love that I've been looking for all my life. You know, bring those clients to me. Bring those people to me that are hurting, that are wounded, that are looking for a way out, that are not sure what to do or where to go, but they feel something tugging on their heart spiritually. Bring them to my page, bring them to me so that we can work together, that we can find freedom together, that we can grow together, that we can release this negative trauma, we can release this negative energy, and we can welcome in all the pure positive energy and the love of God. I don't know why I felt like I needed to make this video. It's a little bit long, guys, but if you've been where I am, can you comment and let me know? If you've experienced what I've experienced, can you comment and let me know? Just to tell you guys real quick, you know, I am still launching my Magician Circle, and I'm proud that I have 2 members in my circle. And those 2 ladies are going to get 110% of me in that Magician Circle. We launch tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. And I'll be live on YouTube on the same channel at 8 Central tonight for casual tarot and more community building. If this resonated with you in any way, guys, can you let me know? I feel a calling to be a spiritual teacher and to talk about these kind of things. And if this resonates with you, please let me know, because this is a big step for me to talk about this stuff, because from 7 years old on, I've been hiding this and protecting my mom's dignity and her integrity and protecting who she was as a person, but I'm done protecting that. She was deeply flawed, but she was also equally wonderful. And I don't regret having her as my mom. I love her to death, and I love my father, Tony and Gloria. I know they did the best they could, and I let go of that resentment. And I hope that you could find something out of what I said. And if it resonates with you, let me know. And with that, I just want to leave with an affirmation or a prayer. God of the universe, we come to you with this hurt, with this pain. Higher self, universe, angels, ancestors, whoever's listening to us, whoever's out there guiding us, that's here with us, that's listening, I release this to you. I let go of this negative energy. I let go of this resentment. And I forgive them. And I love them. And I love myself enough to know that I didn't have to be an adult at 7 years old, and I did not have to give up my dreams at 7 years old for their sake, and that it's okay for me to still have these dreams and to still believe and believe and believe, because I deserve it and you deserve it. We have the magic within, and if this resentment is blocking that magic and that manifestation and blocking me from stepping into the man I've always dreamed of being, remove it from me, cleanse it from me, heal my heart of it. Thank you guys for watching and listening and sharing your stories. I love you all. Whoever finds this video, I love you, and we are on a path toward healing. We are on a path toward healing and freedom because, guys, we have the magic within. I'll see you guys tonight on my YouTube live at Joey's Magic Tarot at 8 Central tonight. Take care, guys. Bye now.